If you're 70 or older, 6 rules already on the books can quietly take your driver's license in 2026, and the most dangerous one isn't a law at all. Stay with me to number 6, because that's the rule almost everyone gets completely backwards. Let's start with the one that catches the most people first. Number 1. The medical exam that switches on at a fixed age, whether you feel perfectly healthy or not. This is the single most common reason drivers in their 70s lose the right to drive, and it's automatic. In Alberta, a driver's medical report is mandatory at 75, again at 80, and every 2 years after that. In British Columbia, you're mailed a driver's medical examination report at 80, at 85, and every 2 years beyond. In Quebec, a self-declaration form arrives about 45 days before your 75th birthday, and from 80 on you need a full medical and vision exam every 2 years. Budget for it too. Many doctors charge $75 to $250 for the form because it's not covered by provincial health insurance, and that surprise fee is why people delay. The mistake that actually ends licenses isn't failing the exam, it's the letter. People get it, set it on the counter, and miss the deadline. Miss it, and your license simply isn't renewed. No crash, no ticket. You're just not legal to drive the next morning. Picture a man in Alberta who turned 80 in March, felt fine, and assumed renewal was 5 years away like it always used to be. His letter sat unopened. By June, he was driving on an expired license, and when he clipped a mirror in a parking lot, his insurer could have voided the entire claim, leaving him to pay the repair out of pocket. The fix this week: confirm your province's exact trigger age, then put driver medical due in your calendar 2 months before your birthday. Book the doctor the day the letter arrives, not the week it's due. Clinics are booking weeks out. Bring your medication list and your glasses, because one box left blank can stall the whole renewal. Number 2. The vision test, and it's stricter than the eye chart you remember. Every province screens sight at senior renewal, and it's not just how far down the chart you can read. Most set the bar at 20/50ths acuity with both eyes together, and they check your field of vision, the peripheral edges that let you catch a cyclist or a child stepping off a curb, typically needing around 120 degrees horizontally. Fail the acuity standard, and you can be refused right there at the counter before you've done anything else. The quiet killer here is peripheral vision, because glaucoma and other age-related conditions erode the edges of your sight so slowly you never notice. You pass every read the chart test and still fail the field screening. Here's the concrete move. Get a full eye exam from your optometrist a month before your renewal, not the morning of. If your vision is borderline, an updated prescription or new lenses can put you back over the line before the official test. Take the woman in Ontario refused at the counter at 20/60ths. She updated her glasses for about $300 and passed a retest 9 days later, but only because she found out with time to act. If you've had cataract surgery or a change in an eye medication, get retested regardless of your renewal date, because your driving standard may have shifted. And never show up without your current glasses. Being tested in an old prescription is how healthy-eyed drivers fail a test they'd otherwise pass. Vision is the one rule on this list you can actually fix in a week, but only if you check before the government does. So book that eye exam before your renewal letter, not after it lands. Number 3. The cognitive screening, the part that surprises sharp, healthy people the most. Ontario is the clearest example. At 80, you renew every 2 years, and the renewal isn't a rubber stamp. It's a group education session plus a short in-class screening that runs about 90 minutes. You'll be asked to draw a clock face and set the hands to a specific time, like 10 past 11, and to cross out every letter H scattered across a page of random letters. It sounds trivial, and for most people it is, but it's scored, and a poor result flags you for a full road test. Fail that road test, and your license is gone. The trap is nerves. People walk in cold and anxious, treating it like a pop quiz they didn't study for, and stumble on an exercise they could do in their sleep at the kitchen table. One 82-year-old who does the daily crossword froze on the clock drawing, got sent to a road test, and only kept his license because he calmed down and passed the second try. The fix: know exactly what's coming so it isn't a surprise. Before your appointment, Ontario actually asks you to watch a safe driving video and review the official driver's handbook. Do it, because it's a genuine refresher and it settles your nerves. Practice a clock drawing at home. Bring your glasses and your hearing aids. Sleep well the night before. And don't book the appointment for a time of day when you know you're foggy. This screening measures how you perform on the day, not who you are. So give yourself the best possible day. And keep number 6 in mind, because it's the rule that undoes people who pass all 5 of these. Stay with me for it. Number 4, the report that doesn't wait for your renewal, and it can come from your own doctor. In most provinces, physicians are legally required to report a patient whose medical condition could make driving unsafe. A new diagnosis of dementia, a seizure, certain heart conditions, sleep apnea, or a medication that affects alertness can trigger a review at any age and on any date. Not on the 2-year schedule, but the week your doctor files the form. Your license can be suspended pending that review, before you've had a chance to make your case. This blindsides people because they think of the doctor as their advocate. Here, the doctor has a legal duty to public safety that overrides the appointment room conversation. The mistake is hiding symptoms, saying nothing about the dizzy spells or the memory lapses, hoping to keep driving. That's exactly backwards, because an unmanaged condition that causes a crash costs you far more than a treated one that keeps you on the road. A single at-fault collision can push premiums up by $1,000 a year or wipe out coverage entirely. Consider the man whose untreated sleep apnea caused a highway drift. A CPAP machine costing a few $100s would have kept both his license and his clean record. The move this week. If you've had a new diagnosis or a medication change, ask your doctor directly, does this affect my driving, and do you have to report it? Get ahead of it. Often the condition is manageable, new medication, a follow-up, a simple accommodation, and you keep your license, sometimes with conditions, rather than losing it outright. You can also usually appeal a medical suspension with a specialist letter within 30 days. The drivers who lose everything are the ones who went silent. The ones who keep driving are the ones who raised it first. Number 5. The renewal clock speeds up, and almost nobody is told clearly. For most of your life, your license renewed every 5 years, and it was easy to forget it even happened. Once you cross the senior threshold, that window shrinks. In Ontario, British Columbia, and most provinces, drivers at 80 and older renew every 2 years, not 5. That means more frequent letters, more frequent tests, and far more chances to miss a deadline. And a missed deadline is its own way to lose your license, completely separate from any test you might have passed. The danger is habit. You've renewed on autopilot for 50 years. Now the schedule has changed, and that reminder letter is the only warning, and letters get lost, forwarded to old addresses, or buried in a stack of flyers. Take the snowbird who spends December to April in Arizona. Her renewal notice landed in a mailbox back home, and she drove for 2 months on an expired license without knowing. Here's the fix, and it's the single most important thing on this entire list. Make sure your mailing address is current with your provincial licensing office. If they can't reach you, you get no letter, and "I never got it" is not a defense for driving on an expired license. That can mean a fine of $260 or more and a voided insurance policy. Set your own recurring 2-year reminder. Don't rely on the government's mail. If you've moved, spend winters down south, or stay months at a family member's home, update your address or arrange mail forwarding. And if your birthday is near, check your license expiry date today, right after this video. 30 seconds now can save you from being pulled over in a car you're no longer licensed to drive. Number 6, the one almost everyone gets completely backwards. You've probably seen the headlines. New Canada driving rules for seniors start this September. Over 70 drivers must pass new tests, with an official-looking date stamped on top. Here's the truth. There is no new national September 2026 driving law. There can't be. Driving is regulated province by province, not by Ottawa, so a single countrywide new rule starting on one date is a red flag all by itself. Open those articles and you'll find they contradict each other. One says January, one says February, one says September, with no government source, because there isn't one. So why do they exist? Because fear gets clicks, and worse, because scammers use these headlines as bait. The real threat isn't a new law. It's the fake Renew Now or Lose Your License website that harvests your SIN, your health card number, and a $49 processing fee, or the phone call demanding an e-transfer to keep your license active. One retiree in Ontario lost $1,800 to a caller posing as a licensing officer who insisted her renewal had failed and needed immediate payment. That's the rule people get backwards. They panic about an imaginary September law and walk straight into a real scam. The fix: your province's licensing office, Service Ontario ICBC, the SAAQ, Alberta Registries, never emails or calls demanding a fee to keep your license. Every real rule in this video comes by official mail and sends you to a government office, never to a link in a text. When you see one of these headlines, don't forward it in a panic. Check your provincial government's own website, or just ignore it. The genuine rules are the boring ones we've just covered. So here's your one action step this week. Check your driver's license expiry date and your province's medical exam age right now, and put the next deadline in your calendar. That single move beats every rule on this list. If this helped you or someone you love, subscribe and share it with a family member who drives. The people who find out in time are the ones who keep their keys.